part-time job in American International Pictures, I believe as the switchboard operator initially.
Yes.
And talk about what that led to.
Well, Samuel Ziarkov was doing a lot of the action films with Charles Bronson and a bunch of those, and James Nicholson, his partner. They'd see me coming in. That was my afternoon job. I had a morning job, an afternoon job, a midnight job, and a weekend job. And literally I had 5 jobs. And they were fascinated by my difference. I didn't fit into the California image. I was more military, country, urban, flannel shirts and skirts. They're just different. And they were, "Where are you from?" And I said, "I'm from Colorado." "Oh." "And my mother's from Wyoming." Oh. And they just couldn't see a woman of color from, a state where it's considered rural. And I said, "Yeah, you're different." And I said, "Yeah, my dad was in the service, I traveled all over, and I'm here, I'm trying to get into film school. So I'm working several jobs, and I have to become a resident. And so if I can, last for 2 years, I can get in a state school and study film." "Well, you're perfect, because maybe we could put you on an apprentice program, and we'll teach you and tell you things about what we're doing." So basically, they literally started with their producers. "We've got a film student here, maybe we can give her some insight." And that's kind of how I kind of moved into it. And then an agent on my morning job, they wanted to get rid of me out of the office because I was back talking to their stars. I wouldn't let them come in and say, "I want to see, the agent." I said, "No," because the agent told me to tell them he wasn't in. And I said, "I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie for you, but you're supposed to tell them I'm not in." But that's lying. "Will you do your job and tell them I'm not in?" And so one day, Goldie Hawn, she was laughing, "Miss Thang, I want to see Thang." He's not in. He closes the door and I'm like, "He's not in." And she said, "I know he's in. I heard him talking here this morning." "Well, he lets me come in. I would love to talk to him just after my..." "I'm sorry, he's not in." "Well, can you open this door and just let me in and I can sit in his office?" "No," he said, "he's not in." So she said, "Excuse me, do you know who I am?" And there's this little window that you talk through. And I stood up and my face is at the wall and my breasts are here in the window. And I'm going, "How stupid was that? I was going to, yeah, I know who you are, but you ain't getting in." So I've been down, "You ain't getting in." I'm so stupid. And so she said, "Well, I'll have you fired." And I said, "Okay, we'll have you fired. All right, you ain't getting in." Okay? And so I had to go country ghetto on her. And and years later, when I was doing Escape from LA with her husband, or significant other, Kurt Russell, I told Kurt the story. And he laughed, he fell out. He said, "I gotta tell her, I gotta remind her." So she came to the set. And she gave me the biggest hug. She was so sweet. She said, "I'm sorry." I said, "No, you were diva. And you wanted to come in. And I had to lie to you. I just want to tell you." She said, "You were lying?" "Yes, I was lying. He didn't want to see your ass." As a director, new, successful, exciting director, write a film for an actor. I mean, for me, when I bumped into him, I was with Warrington Hudlin of the Hudlin Brothers. We were driving through Los Angeles, and all of a sudden, this wild man jumps in front of the car, barefoot in shorts and a stained T-shirt, and his hair is like, I'm like, that looks like, what's his name? Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, and it is Quentin. And he sees this, bam, 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 and he hits, I'm like, oh my God, he's doing great drugs. Wow. And he comes over to me and he goes, bam, bam, guess what? I just want to tell you, I wasn't going to tell you, I was going to wait, but I have to tell you now because you're here. And he talks like just fast, rapid fire. I'm like, what? And he says, I am writing a screenplay for you. is. It is. We're so connected, and thank you for telling. I don't know if you heard. I should have handed the mic to her, to the back. I was a connection, a conduit for she and her mother, who saw me in the films, and she took martial arts, became a black belt in karate, grew her fro out, her confidence was newfound, and they had a wonderful relationship, and she passed away when she was 11. And through me, I was able to bring her this wonderful connection and infinite bank of memories. That's great. Well, the empowerment, but I represented not only your mother, the mothers of us all, but my grandmother and my great-great-grandmothers who worked on the prairie, who built their homes and plowed the fields and then would squat and have a baby and go out and skin buffalo and do other things. And I was hoping to reflect in bits and pieces what I had learned from our mothers.
Okay.
It was really good. It was very informative. Much better than Bill Pullman. Sorry, Bill Pullman. But everything she had to say had some sort of meaning. It was very good. I enjoyed it.
I really liked it. She's I remembered it. I really liked it. She was real informative, knew what she was talking about, told a lot about her inspirations and stuff she's done other than just film work. It was really fun.
So we just got back from seeing Pam Grier, and it was pretty awesome. She's a really big activist in human rights, which I had no idea. You know, you see Foxy Brown up there, and you don't think, oh, she saves kittens and all that stuff. But she's really like an in-depth person. There's so many layers to her, and she was just really charismatic and awesome to sit and listen to, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Ready? Well, we just got back from going to the conversation with Pam Grier, and I was very much so impressed. She was a very, very kind of exciting, electric type of person, and I like people like that. And I really enjoyed listening to her tell stories about some of the I know she's famous too, but the stories about the just extravagantly famous people that she's come in contact with throughout her elaborate career of her own was very intriguing, and I enjoyed it a lot. So, I'm glad I got the opportunity to go, and I hope that, maybe one day I'll get to meet more people that are as interesting as she is.